don't actually know what show you're talking about. No, I was saying I had lost my mother.
You know, I think that when you get a diagnosis, one of the things that I think the show speaks to is when you get a diagnosis, it doesn't define you. You don't want to become cancer, and it can't wipe away every other aspect of your humanity that you've been up until that point. It is another layer that is added, and I think that that's what that people continue to still see a whole human being. Of course, that's who I see in James. I've known him since I was 15 years old, and I think that that's what the show is really sort of urging a viewer to see, is like a sick body can still be a sexual body, and it can still be a body that's capable of extreme joy. And I think that that's really what the show captures.
Right. So it was actually sort of a realized way to celebrate my mom's life, and I also understand that almost everybody. So, and when I see this show,
I just love the tone so much. When I read the first script by Liz Merriweather, I couldn't believe how she had managed to mash all these things up, and I thought that was so. I just hadn't seen something like it before, where everything was happening all at once, and I thought, oh wow, this actually, it's tonally dissonant, which is actually, I think, what life feels like. You know, there's so many tones that happen to you in the course of a day, and I was like, that's what I'm seeing in this script. I love it.
We are two people that just are lucky to have that chemistry. The script is incredible. Of course, it's a dream role for any actor. And Michelle and I think both really wanted to do our best with this, of course. But when I walked into the room to perform with her for the first time, it was clear to me that she just was so sensitive and intuitive and open. And when you can feel that in someone else, it makes you feel safe enough to connect with them. And I think it was rather instantaneous for us. And we've continued to build on that, and that is a great delight and a privilege.
You know, part of me, it's like a two-sided coin. Part of me is kind of bursting at the seams and can't believe that I got to help tell my beautiful friend's story, and I got to executive produce and work with these brilliant human beings. And then there's a little part of me that's like the grief and the missing her and wishing she was here that's happening. So it's all kind of bundled up together. So it feels very human. It feels very Molly, actually.
Thank you.